Cars Channel News and Review Car.
(2017) Audi Q2 2.0 TDI Sport Quattro Review. Audi's smallest SUV is pitched at the young of age and young at heart, but is it worth the near $50K price tag? Despite being the brand's smallest SUV, the 2017 Audi Q2 has some big shoes to fill, especially considering it costs nearly as much as its slightly bigger brother, the Q3. Starting at $41,400 plus on-road costs, the Q2 is a younger, fresher and more stylish alternative to its aging stablemate, which Audi hopes will bring new customers to its four-ringed owners club. However, it starts just over $1,000 less than a Q3, and $500 more than the second-generation Mini Countryman, which the company considers its key competitor. So, is the Q2 as premium as its price tag suggests? This week we got to drive the all-new crossover at the local launch in Melbourne, over nearly 400 kilometers of country back roads, gravel tracks and freeways, and first impressions are promising. Our journey was spent in the higher-spec Q2 2.0 TDI Sport Quattro, which kicks off at a dear $47,900 before on-roads, though the vehicles on test were loaded with up to $15,000 worth of options. For the extra $6,500 over the base petrol, the 2.0 TDI picks up a torquier 2.0-liter four-cylinder turbo diesel, as its name suggests, developing 110 kilowatts of power and 340 Nm of torque minus 90 Nm more than the petrol, the latter peaking from 1750 to 3000 revolutions per minute. Drive is sent to all four wheels, as opposed to the front-wheel-driven 1.4 TFSI, via a 7-speed S-tronic dual-clutch transmission. Standard equipment on all models includes MMI navigation with a 7.0-inch display, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, parking system plus with rear-view camera, dual-zone climate control, leather-appointed seats, autonomous emergency braking, AEB, with pedestrian protection, up to 65 km per hour, Audi Connect with Google Earth functionality and Wi-Fi hotspot, and 17-inch alloy wheels. Move up to the 2.0 TDI Sport Quattro, and you also get larger 18-inch alloys, an electric tailgate, sports seats and blind spot monitoring, which Audi likes to call side assist. Our test cars were specified to the nines with options, including Audi's virtual cockpit digital instrument cluster, part of the $2,500 Technic package, adaptive cruise control with stop-go function, part of the $990 assistance pack, along with the S-Line Sport, $1,500, and exterior packages, $2,500, which add 10 mm lower sports suspension, Alcantara, leather sports seats, an S-Line flat-bottomed steering wheel with paddles, alloy pedals, exterior body kit and S-Line badging throughout. It looks great in Aero Blue, $1,750, with the RS3-inspired 19-inch 5-arm turbine alloy wheels, $2,100, though the look obviously comes at a price. Getting in the driver's seat, initial impressions of the Q2's cockpit, beyond the virtual one, are that it's a premium vehicle. Like other models in Audi's range, the Q2 features the company's latest interior design language, with a simplified and driver-oriented dashboard with large circular air vents, along with a minimalistic approach to buttons. However, a closer look and some feeling around reveals that there are plenty of harder plastics throughout the interior, particularly on the doors and transmission tunnel, though the upper dash and center armrest are both squishy, while the higher section of the door is a rubberized plastic, and the elbow pads are trimmed in soft-touch leatherette. The optional S-Line flat-bottom steering wheel looks stunning, inspired by the R8 supercar, feels great in the hand, is trimmed in a nice leather which is perforated in some areas, while the wheel-mounted paddle shifters are within easy reach. Up front, the Q2 has plenty of room for taller drivers. There's also plenty of manual TSK adjustment in the front seats, though storage up front isn't as abundant as you might expect from an SUV. The door bins can fit regular-sized bottles but little else, while you won't find the felt lining that you get in a number of less premium Volkswagen models. Tut-tut Audi. At the rear, taller passengers are well catered for in terms of head and legroom, though seating 3 adults across the rear bench would be a squeeze. Behind the seating area, the Q2 features a 355 liters boot, which extends to 1,000 liters with the second row folded. That's slightly down on the front-wheel drive petrol model's more impressive 405 liters/1,050 liters capacities, though both are behind the Mercedes-Benz GLA, 421 liters, and Mini Countryman, 450 liters. Oddly, no Q2 is offered with keyless start as standard, part of the $1,900 comfort pack, requiring an old-fashioned turn of the key, first world problems. Once started, however, the 2.0-liter oiler doesn't really sound like a diesel at all. It burbles rather than clatters, and is pretty quiet at idle, a credit to Audi's engineers and their noise-suppressing techniques. The diesel provides effortless shove, helped by the fact that peak torque arrives at just 1,750 revolutions per minute. A hint of hesitation can be detected when taking off from a standstill, likely a combination the stop-start system, turbo lag and the dual-clutch transmission, though it's still very smooth and refined. Around town the Q2 is quiet and compliant when negotiating the many lumps and bumps of Melbourne's inner-city streets, even on the firmer S-Line sports suspension and low-profile tires of our test cars. On the freeway the 2.0-liter diesel hums away at around 1,750 revolutions per minute in 7th gear, though tire roar is fairly noticeable in the cabin. Despite its compact dimensions, however, the Q2 feels planted and solid at all speeds, while wind noise is also kept to a minimum. Over loose gravel the quattro all-wheel drive system ensures confidence on low-traction surfaces, while also being playful enough to let the tail out ever so slightly, appealing to everyone's inner rally driver. The Q2's progressive electric power steering is light and at times can lack feedback, though it's great for navigating car parks and city streets. At higher speeds the steering weights up a little, though a little more feedback would be welcome while also adding more sporting character. In the twisties the Q2's firmer suspension and steering-mounted paddle shifters are put to good use, providing hot hatch-like handling and snappy shifts, while the diesel's burbly engine note is far from agricultural. Additionally, the all-wheel drive system ensures plenty of grip in corners, though when pushed there's a bit of understeer. It does feel reasonably sporty, though a more powerful engine would definitely make the Q2 a lot more engaging to drive. Fuel consumption is pretty decent too. We averaged between 6.5 to 7.0 liters/100 kilometers of diesel over a mix of city, country and highway driving, though it's still higher than Audi's 5.0 liters/100 kilometers claim. According to the trip computer, the 2.0 TDI could realistically achieve a range of around 800 kilometers from its 55 liters tank. In terms of ownership, all Q2 models are covered by the company's 3-year, unlimited kilometer warranty. Scheduled maintenance occurs every 15,000 kilometers or 12 months, whichever comes first, though Audi is yet to offer a capped price servicing program. To sum up, the new Audi Q2 is a pretty solid all-round package. It looks and, for the most part, feels premium, offers the company's latest infotainment and driver assist technologies, and can be personalized to a far greater extent than its stablemates thanks to the array of bright colors, contrasting body elements, and affordable option packages. Audi has certainly met the brief of an urban runabout that is capable of grand touring, while also meeting the practicality and capability expectations of an SUV. However, The near $50,000 starting price for this diesel-powered quattro variant seems excessive, especially considering the petrol is far cheaper, almost as quick and almost as economical, while also offering a larger boot thanks to the lack of all-wheel drive running gear at the rear axle. If you're smart, you can get the 1.4 TFSI with a few option packages, including the cool LED head and tail lights with dynamic indicators along with the awesome virtual cockpit instrument cluster, for around $50,000. Prospective buyers should also consider the Volkswagen Tiguan 162 TSI, which offers similar levels of technology, more practicality, more performance and arguably a higher quality cabin for similar money despite the more pedestrian badge. Alternatively, wait a few more months for the 140 kilowatts/320 Newton meters 2.0 TFSI Quattro, which should give established hot hatches a serious run for their money.